What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Fat Thor Podcast. I'm your host, Andy Gunnan, and today with us have an exciting return guest. It's only been 5 years, but he is back. He is back with us. It's Douglas Smythe with Phoenix Shaving and Accoutrements. And yes, it has been 5 years. I know I saw your face.
That's
Yes,
amazing.
December
I get invited
20
back on. Like people always like, well, they sign off like you should come back sometime, and they never invite me back. So this is like a first in a lot of ways. But 5 years, oh my god!
Dude, it's been 5 years.
Wow.
December 2020 is when you were on here last. I had to go back and look at it. I know.
Wow.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. I know. It blew me away, too. I was like, oh, it's been a couple of years. And I was like, oh, yet.
That's pretty awesome. Well, cool. It's good to be back.
Yeah, man. Good to have you back. A lot of things have changed. Yeah. Well, I also took about 1.5 years, 2 years off of doing the podcast just to focus on comedy and touring when everything came back. So I'm kind of just getting back into doing the podcast regular because now they charge now they charge you got to pay to keep it up. So they kept going up, and I finally looked at it. I go, well, if I'm going to pay this much, I should start doing another.
Yeah, that's how they get you. That's how they get you to keep your stuff online through their platform.
Right, exactly. So
that's the only reason why I'm here, folks.
No. I did this a while back. You're about 3 to 4 deep, into us coming back and changing.
I don't want to be a pawn in your game, Andy.
No, you're not a pawn in my game.
Okay.
No, but the whole reason I kept, is because I had to order some new stuff from you guys because I was running out, and I was like, and I saw all the new stuff you guys had, and I was like, I need to get you back on, and we need to talk about this because y'all have grown exponentially. Looks like over the last 5 years, I've noticed.
Wow, yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm still blown away with that. It's been 5 years since the last time I've been on.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, we've been doing really well. I mean, COVID actually was a big boon for us, unlike many other people. But when you're a soap maker, like that's where it was at. I mean, if my guidance counselor from high school could only see me now, it was like everyone was coming at us for soap and for hand sanitizer, and that really like put us over the top. Plus, people were trapped at home,
right?
And so all they were doing was ordering online. I mean, you already know this by now. Everyone already knows the story right now when it comes to online businesses during COVID. But that was a huge part of it. So,
right,
yeah,
I'm glad because I really love your guys' stuff, and that's another reason I want to bring because I love your guys' stuff, and it was amazing. The stuff you sent me was awesome. The Bay Rum is amazing. Fell in love with it. Now you got the new Bay Rum, Blue. Is it Blue Moon?
Blue Moon Bay Rum.
Blue Moon. Because I just got that. My wife is in love with that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, holy cow! They took the Bay Rum and made it way better. And I was like, way better. I was like, I like the first one.
How do you really feel? Yeah, we have like probably Bay Rum is one of my favorite scents of all time, if not my favorite scent. So we have like probably 12 variations of it at any one time. We have seasonal versions, and that version came out in an advent calendar we do every holiday season, where people get is huge. I mean, it's shaving soap and aftershave, so the box it's just like it's industrial, and that was one of the scents in there, and it's kind of like unique scents that we'd only release for the advent calendar, and if people like them enough, we'll release them full form, but sometimes they're just one-offs, so your wife lucked out with that.
Right. Yeah. Well, I ordered it just off, I just blindly ordered. I was like, oh, well, I like the Bay Rum. Let's try this without ordering the little samples, which I like the fact you can get $1.25 sample off of your website. But I was like, well, I like the Bay Rum. And then I read in y'all's descriptions are very detailed, and they're dead on the description. So if and it's always weird when you ordering stuff offline when you read the description, like, is this going to be exactly what it says? And your guys' stuff is exactly what it says, if not better. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. My wife's like, I love this, and I'm like, okay, I guess we'll stick with this.
Nice.
Which is weird because we just bought a $100 bottle of cologne on our cruise last summer, and then I get this, and you like this better.
Yeah, I know. It's funny how that works, but it is what it is. It's amazing, actually, the prices they're charging for perfumes and colognes these days.
Oh my gosh! And y'all,
but that's that's another good thing for us. You know what I mean? Because we'll do a lot of duplicates of these fancy scents and sell them for a quarter of the price. And thank you guys.
Yeah, it's very affordable, and I love the little travel mister thing you sent me. I appreciate that because I'm always traveling. I'm on the road every week, and I need stuff that can travel easy and quick with me without carrying a big glass bottle.
That's right. Yeah, that was the atomizer. I'm trying to remember. This is 5 years ago.
Atomizer. Yeah.
Yeah, the atomizer, and I sent you a starter kit too, right?
starter kit that had the bay
Yep.
rum, which I
Yeah, it was an atomic age bay rum starter
yeah,
kit.
and then that's why I got the blue to replace because I was running out.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I need to get some more razors and a few things. So I ordered a few things. And that's when I was like, I got to get Douglas back on. And then I looked and I was like, it's been 5 years.
5 years. Oh my God. It does not seem like that
I
long,
know
but
it doesn't do. And that's the whole thing because when I look back and I'm like, oh, that was just the other, and I've been so, I
yeah.
guess I've been so head down buried in doing comedy and touring. And I look up and I go, oh, that was just last year. And I'm like, oh, no, that was 2 years ago. Or no, oh, no, that was. And
Yeah.
I'm like, holy cow, because I had to literally stop doing the podcast and everything so I could focus on comedy because I was like, all right, I
Of
got too
course.
many things, too many wheels moving. I
Yep.
can't focus and I'm not doing as well in each of the categories as I would like.
Yeah. A mile long, but an inch thick. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the story with my life. I have ADD also, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And
Yeah.
yeah, you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away. But
Exactly. It's
I've
like
done that.
yep. It's like I tell everybody, I got the 1985 version. They just said, you have it, figure it out.
Yeah. Oh God. But it must be easier now, the platform. Like, I mean, like since so much time has, passed, I mean, things get easier and faster. And I mean, I'm noticing this with editing programs myself. It's like, oh my God, the kids have it so easy now. They don't know what it was like 5 years
No.
ago.
Oh, I was just having a conversation with the guy out here looking at my siding and the programs that they have for, because I sold building material for 25, 30 years. And the stuff they have now to
Oh
show
yeah.
people and to do takeoffs, I was like,
Yeah.
where was this when I was doing it? Instead, I'm
Exactly.
sitting out here with a notepad and trying
Yeah.
to,
Oh, I
and
know.
like you said, talk about editing. I used to spend 5 years ago, I would spend so much time editing one video.
And it still
And,
sucked. It was just like you needed a degree in the stuff back then to like understand what you were doing. But now it's like drag and drop and like, oh my God. I watch some of these videos on YouTube, I'm like, ugh. Or like kids that have bands in high school. It's like, yeah, we're recording our third album. Third album! Like we were recording on a cassette tape, and a Tascam recorder that sounded like crap too, when it was done. But
right.
they have it too easy. They don't know. We need to beat them more.
We do. We need to beat them more. I say that all the time. Kids these days don't know what it's like to be beat with your own toys at home and stuff.
Yeah. Or beat with your own hand. Like, I had an older brother.
It's so easy. I know you can do so much on your phones and everything. Everything's just so it just blows my mind. And it's gonna ramp up even that much more.
I know.
And
You'll be beating your children with apps now. It's like, hold on, I got an app for that. Be good, Johnny. Just
exactly. And with AI and all this stuff, they're folding into everything. It's like,
oh my God, yeah.
They're folding AI into StreamYard here, and I'm like, they did an AI video in 2 seconds, like and they said, hey, do this to see if test it, see if you like it, and it was like 2 seconds, boom, it pulled out in a whole segment, a whole clip out for me. I didn't have to go in hunt the sound clip. I didn't have to listen. I didn't have to do it. It pulled up because you like this, and I go, yeah. They go,
will you marry me?
So I downloaded it and use it, and it's great. And then they're like, you want to pay for it? I'm like, no.
No. Yeah. So we're gonna leave our watermark on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's amazing and it's scary and I mean, it is. It's making its way into everything.
Mm-hmm. And that
It really
scares me
is.
because it's going to be a point where it's in so much of everything. Like it's going to have so much control that well, we can't turn back now at this point. There's no turning back. We flipped a switch that we cannot turn off. And that's the scary part. That's what scares me. It's like, but it was like when they turned on the internet. It's like, well, we know what we're achieving to do, but we don't know exactly. And then it's gone into this chaotic thing, and now you can never get it back.
No, yeah, the genie's out of the bottle. I mean, and the worst part about it is we didn't have a say in it. I mean, I didn't flip that switch. None
of us did. None of us did. We just woke up one morning. They go, "Oh, by the way, the World Wide Web is on, and there's
by the way, you have a robotic overlord now." And it's like, yeah,
and the thing, because it is great to come up with these things, and they, a lot of stuff it has benefited. But there's a lot of bad and negative we never thought and never saw, and then the exposure of things to kids and so much earlier,
God,
we used to have to hunt and track down, our friends' dad's old Playboys to go look at naked boobs. Now it's instantaneously on every device for every kid out there. It's like me and my wife were just watching. I don't know. Did you ever get on the bandwagon and watch Shameless when it first came out? That show.
No, I know of it. I've never seen it though.
Well, me either. And I knew of it. And I'd like watched 1 or 2 episodes there. So me and my wife just went down it's got 11 seasons. We just decided to binge watch over the last 2 months. And we were watching. And my wife's like, oh my God, this show is, and it's really out there. There's a lot of stuff in there. And then my stepdaughter came through. She's 17 now. She was like, oh yeah, I watched that. And my wife was like, when did you watch this? She goes, oh, when I was 12. And my wife's like mortified because of what all they talk about is very, a lot of drugs and sex.
That's
and
a parental fail on your part.
And I said, see, you thought you had it all under control.
Yeah.
And she's like, and she has like, I got all these blocks and all these alert things and all these things in her apps. I go, yeah, but you missed one. You missed one.
No, see, kids, everything's way too easy. We had to work for that stuff. You had to go pedal your bike to Blockbuster Video, kind of sneak one video into the other cassette case,
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
you had to take Faces of Death.
Hopefully, find a magazine in a bush somewhere in the woods. I don't know, but I mean, it was fleeting, and it wasn't like accessible at all times. Like you really had to work for it.
Oh yeah, you did. And I mean, like I would go to my buddy's house and use their bathroom because their dads would have like stacks of Playboys, and I'd go down like 12 or 15 deep, pull out, and I learned how to cut pages out of a magazine that you couldn't tell. So I'd just take 1 or 2 here and there, and then I would fold them up, and then I'd put them in a mason jar, and we'd bury them out back in the woods.
Yeah, exactly. It was always outside somewhere in the woods. Like you and your friends would be like going through this stuff, but like it was a weird thing. But it was part of growing up as a young lad in the States for.
Right. And I have this whole bit now I talk about because we caught my stepdaughter smoking weed in the house.
In the house?
A year. Yeah. With us in it. With us in it.
Yeah.
And my whole thing is like, when we did stupid shit when we were kids, what did we do? We went to friends' houses when their parents were gone, or we went to the woods, just like what we talked about. We didn't do it at home with our parents in the house.
No.
Oh, she got busted better and shit. There was a whole thing, and I'm not going to spoil it, but it's like, but they're just, I'm like, what made you, like, we live in an area where we got golf cart paths, woods all around us. You could have just walked 200-300 yards into the woods on the golf cart path, done it there, and no one would have known.
No, and just try. I mean, like, no, you had to go to someone's house. It was illegal. And once you bought it off the drug dealer, you had to smoke him up with half of it. And like, I mean, that was like this unwritten rule. Like it sucked. Now it's like, it's too easy. And it took me like years to like figure out like that. I was calling them head shops for the longest time. Right. And be like, no, sir. They're calling me sir now too. No, sir. You can say what it is. It's dispensary. And it's like, it's too weird.
It's a weed store.
It's a
weed
it's
store,
a head
man.
shop.
Let's get it right. It's a weed store. I said that one time at one, and they lost their minds because they're everywhere. Because when I travel across the Midwest now, because they're it's legal now in Illinois, and it's legal in a lot of states,
it's legal here.
Yeah. Where are you at again? I forget. Where are you?
Well, I was in Arizona for the last decade. And now I'm in Massachusetts for the last year and a half. In both places, it's legal.
Yeah, because when I texted you, and I said, because I remembered you being in Arizona, and you said, no, I'm on Eastern time. And I go, when did he cross the Eastern?
Yeah, that's when you knew 5 years had passed and life went on.
Yes.
Well, you were stuck in Max Headroom room or whatever you're in right now.
Yeah. I'm doing it in my dining room again because it's been too cold out in my garage where I've got my pot, and I don't have heat in there yet or AC. So it's like it's been freezing out there, and I brought it back into the dining room here. I'm gonna eventually move it back out to the garage when I get something to heat and cool the garage. But that's why I got this background. That's why I'm only releasing this on sound and not doing video.
I don't judge.
No, they're good. I'm just is what it is. Look, when you've got a show, a podcast that's been on the air for over 5 years, and you have no sponsorships, and you're doing it out of your pocket, you can do whatever the F you want.
Oh yeah. You don't have to please anybody.
But we have got a lot of good traction going on. We've spiked somehow. We're trending all over the world, so we've got a lot of listeners. We want to thank everybody new, old, and for downloading and listening to us, because we're getting a lot of traction, especially in Germany, which is weird, and a lot of overseas. So we were like #1 comedy podcast in Thailand. I got a thing from Apple. I was like, well, is this an achievement? Do I really want to talk about this?
Or is it just creepy?
Or is it just creepy?
Like, wow, that's interesting. I know. I look at the data sometimes, even on my own site, and I'm like, I don't know. There was one year, and it turned out it was April Fool's, but the space station was on my blog. I was like, "What?" I was like, "The space station is checking out my blog." No, it was an April Fool's joke by Google. This
Oh.
is like 12 years ago now, but they did it to everybody. But I was like, "Oh my God," because I did
Mhm.
interview an astronaut too at one point. So I was like, "Oh, maybe he said something to somebody," and I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, they screwed me. Funny.
It's
Google.
so funny. Yeah, I don't even look. I try not to look, but they send you the numbers, and I try not to get too detailed. But every now and then, I'll just scroll down. It's like who's
Yeah.
listening to us now. It's like it's crazy the stuff, and I'm like, do it. I think I sent you that thing that I wrote out now because I'm like telling people like this thing is getting translated into every language. So I don't know how we sound, but somehow or another we're banging it out in Germany and Thailand. So
That is funny. That is funny.
isn't
Yeah,
that
maybe they're
weird?
using it to learn English.
And
Like,
yeah, this is what you don't say and do. This is
yeah, exactly.
that's the example I am. This is what you
Yeah,
don't say. You want to sound like this
yeah.
dumb redneck?
I know this could be a study of some sort, like America 2025.
Oh, it's got to
Yeah,
be. Oh, it's got, or they're downloading us in the AI or something.
yeah. Actually, it is. It's probably AI listening to us, observing us.
1,000%, 1,000%. Yeah, we all
Yeah.
figured that out. Yeah, we all know now. They're all listening to us. Thanks, Snowden and everybody for exposing. It's like,
For sure.
so the business going well. What brought you from Arizona back to the east over to the East Coast?
But my
Just
mother's
different
here.
scenery. Oh,
No,
your
my
mom?
mother's here.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I grew up here. So it's kind of like a homecoming.
Gotcha.
So after, I was in Arizona for almost a decade. It was about almost 10 years of
Right.
being there, and my facility's still there. In fact, my employees are still there. I'm just
Right.
running it from. In fact, this takes us back to COVID because wasn't if it wasn't for COVID, I probably wouldn't be here. That's what gave me the idea. Like, wait a minute, I don't need to show up anymore at the facility.
Right.
Everyone's got it down.
Right.
So that my mother's getting older. I want to be
Right.
close to her. Um, and family and friends are
Yeah.
out here, so got back here, and now it's just, where is everybody?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
yeah, everyone's at work while I'm here, like,
Right.
talking to you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and I'm hanging out with my mom. I don't know what happened. I used to be so cool, but
Yeah.
yeah, had I known then what I know now, I probably would still be in Phoenix or in
Right.
Arizona.
Right. No. Well, you
It's
can always go
snow. I
back.
hate snow. Like, I'm like trying to like come to terms with it, and I knew it. Like, I was like, wait a minute, why am I moving back there again? Because I would drive by snowmen and stop my car, get out and punch them, and then take. I would never get into snow sports, anything to do with ice. It just wasn't my bag. And here I am. I'm in the thick of it. Like, and I'm
Hmm.
trying. I got snowshoes. I got all the stuff, But like,
No.
I still don't like it. I just don't like the snow. I don't know what the hell I'm thinking.
Hey, we're getting older. We're just doing different things, trying to figure it out, stumbling through it.
I'm
That's
doing the
all we're
same
doing.
thing, so this is like more of a sign of madness. Like, you went back to the place you, yeah, yeah.
Right. I
I
know.
don't
I'm
know.
trying to get out because I grew up here and I'm ready to go. And me and my wife have committed that once my stepdaughter leaves to go to college, which is literally a year from now because she's about to be a senior. It's like, we're
Mhm.
getting out of here. We're going to Tennessee. We got to get on. And then she was like, well, I think I'm going to go to UGA now. So I need y'all to stay in the state. And I'm like, because she's like, I don't want to pay out of state fees. And I'm like, it's like, because
Yeah,
we basically told her, it's like, hey, look, we can't afford college. You're going to, if you're, because she wants to be a vet. And it's like, if you're going to go through this vet thing, you're going to tote the note on yourself. We can't pay this. It's like, it's
or
way
join the
too,
military.
yeah, or join these.
Yeah,
So
then you'll
she
be a
looked
vet.
at
I
it.
mean, eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So she looked at the
different type.
prices and the numbers for vet school. And then she's like, out of state is this. And then in state at UGA is this. She's like, oh, I think I'll go there. And I was like, God dang it. So I got to keep an
Yeah.
address there somehow.
Don't say that online. They'll come after you.
Oh,
Remember,
I know. Oh no,
AI is
we'll
listening.
probably keep our house and rent it or something. Who knows? I don't
Yeah.
know what we're gonna do. We got off. It's one of those things. It's like, because I've had my birthday's in May and I'm turning 50. So it's like, and my whole thing is
Oh,
that,
yeah.
at this point in my life, you think you would have life figured out, and life goes, no, you have it even less figured out at this point.
Yeah, I know. I know. Well, you wake like, I'm almost 52. I'll be, or 50 also. I'll be
Yeah.
that in come January. And I don't feel any different than when I was 18. So it's like, and then when people call you sir, it's like, it feels weird. It's like like it just
Right.
me. I'm a sir. So
Yeah.
like I've been knighted or something. I have no idea. It's bizarre. It's just
I know I had to ask my wife when I get stuff or wearing stuff, it's like, "Is this look like I'm trying too hard? Is this
yeah, yeah.
does this look out of sync?"
I know. I was driving, listening to Digable Planets the other day, and I was driving by this construction site, and there was a cop directing traffic, and I actually kind of turned it down when I drove by him because I didn't want, I didn't want to look too. I was like, oh my god, like I didn't want to get pulled. It's like no one's pulling me over anymore either. Like I mean, back in the day
Right.
when I was a young dude driving around, I get pulled over for anything. Nowadays, I can speed by the cop. I can flip him off to his face, hand out
Right.
the window, flick his nose as I'm doing this,
Right.
and I just wave, "Hey, sir," and like, no, no, it's weird. It's weird. It's
I
like a
know it is.
superpower that you never wanted, being old.
Right, it is. Even at the grocery store, they go, "Just give me your birthday." I'm like, "What? You don't have to
Oh,
see I don't have to pull my license out?" They're like, "No, just give it to me.
they don't even ask
We
for
know
mine.
we know
Yeah.
you're good. We know you're good. I just gotta have
Yeah.
numbers to punch in because they can't do math.
Uh,
They can't do math
no,
and they can't give change. That's
no.
the two things I've noticed."
Oh yeah. Well, you go to Home Depot and ask where something is. They go, hold on, and they pull out their phone. It's like I can do that. You know what I
Oh
mean? Like,
my god, yeah.
when I used to work at a store. In fact, I worked at Home Depot when I was younger. I knew where everything was in that
Mhm.
store. These kids have to pull out the phone and find the map, and it's like just
I know that
pull
whole
the app at
thing,
the
that
door.
whole meme of Ron Swanson is like, "I know more than you" is so more
Yeah.
relevant than
Yeah.
it just keeps getting more relevant every second of every
Yeah. Yeah. I know. It's
I know the
ridiculous.
guy that showed up to look at my siding. My buddy owns and runs the company, but he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna send one of my guys. I don't have time to come take a look at it." I said, "No problem, man." So he walks up and he's like, "So, what do you want?" And I just start rattling off all the different, I was like, "I get rid of the dental mold. I want 8 1/4 smooth. I need a 10 3 or 10."
Yeah, exactly.
He goes, "Wow, you really know your stuff." I said, "I sold building material for 30 years, grew up doing it. My dad did it for 50 years." I was
Yeah.
like, "There's nothing." I was like, "I can just tell you right now, just write all this down and
Yeah.
then
Bring me the
to me."
stuff and I'll do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have the time to do it
Yeah.
or the energy.
No, I know, I know. I painted houses for years and when I was younger, and in college.
Mhm.
And but nowadays, like I'm looking at the new house, I'm like, or the barn even, I'm like, this would probably take me a weekend, but I just don't have it in me. I did the deck and
Mhm.
it's the paint's already peeling off. Like the last tenant, the last guy who lived here, it was on his account at Home Depot or wherever what he used last time. So I was like, I'll just pick up the same. I like the color.
Mhm.
What he used last time was not outdoor paint. I come to realize a year into it, it's all peeling off, and it like took me 3 days to paint the deck. So it's like, no, I'm just gonna hire someone next. I just don't have it in me anymore.
Right. I don't. And my wife's out there. I was like, he goes, "Why don't you?" I said, "I left the building industry. I'm totally out. I'm in the
Yeah,
entertainment industry, and this is where I want
yeah,
to stay till I die.
yeah.
I don't
Well,
care
the fact of the
how."
matter is, we have our backs too intact. Like a
Yeah.
lot of men our age, like their backs are shot, and it's like
Oh,
I've made it this far. I don't want to touch any of that stuff anymore. It's just I know when I do. Like my girlfriend's dad wanted me to help him with a safe, move a safe. I was like, no, no, no. And he's like, come on. And I'm younger than him. He's like, come on, come on. It's like, no, 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 no. I'm not. I'm not. I made it
no.
this far. I'm not going to
Yeah.
do it. I'm not going to throw my
No.
back out.
I beat out, I've had both my biceps reattached at this point in my life. My
Oh,
shoulder's been reattached. I
yep,
used to power lift, back in the high
yeah,
school and college for 4.5 years. That's where all of this is coming from.
yep,
And anytime I do anything, even my wife's like, "You're not allowed on a ladder. You're not allowed to do anything
yeah,
unless it's on the ground. And if
yeah.
not, we'll
Same,
hire
same.
people." She goes, "I'm keeping you alive." So, and I'm like,
Yeah,
"Okay, this is cool." She goes,
yeah,
you can call the people and you can hire them and
yeah,
watch them and high five them and have beers with them, but you're not
yeah.
doing that."
Yeah, that's the way. That's the way to do it. Like I remember my friend's dad used to do the same thing. He'd buy a 6 pack, and all his friends would do the work, and he'd just be sitting there shooting the shit with them, passing out the beers. But now I understand that, and I'm the guy buying the 6 pack or the 12 pack or whatever,
Yeah,
however
exactly.
long the job is. That's how much beer I'll buy. And
And it's hard to
yeah,
say. It's like looking at it, it's like, well, I can just, and it's like, no, hold on, take a step back, Andy.
yeah, yeah,
Take a step
yeah.
back.
My ego doesn't need any stroking. It's like I'm totally okay with this. In fact, you can probably do the job better than me. You get the job.
Yep.
I'm not doing it anymore. No, I can afford not to.
I know when I was like, "I'm about to be the easiest guy, and his wife's like,
Yeah, exactly.
I hated dealing with homeowners. That's why I left the business. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be the easiest homeowner you've ever had." And he's like,
yeah,
"'Cause here's what I want." And he's like, "All right, cool."
yeah, yeah. Exactly. They appreciate that. They really do when you can
Oh
speak
yeah.
it. Speak the
Especially when you
language.
know what that was the biggest thing that drove me crazy in the building industry, especially when I got in the flooring side before I got out of it. and I was slowly getting out of it when you and I kind of met, and I was still kind of phasing out. It was just like people were like, I don't know. I'm thinking I
Oh
want
my
this.
God. Yeah.
And then I'm like, I need you a plan. I need you the most extreme what you want. And then I
Yeah.
need what you're willing to go down and compromise to.
Yeah.
And then tell me your budget. And I can tell you A is not possible. C is possible, B is possible,
Yeah.
but I can also meet you in between. And most everybody's like,
Yeah.
well, I only got $10,000. Well, you want $50,000 worth of shit.
Yeah. I know. I did graphic design and art for years, and I hated doing it because the customers were the worst. I mean, you get the job done, and I do one correction or maybe two corrections if they had something they needed to change. But I mean, they would come back with everything, like everything. Like, my grandmother drew this in crayon on a napkin. She thinks you should do it this way. It's like, I went to school for this, and I get your grandmother. Yeah, so I was like, no more, and that's why I started doing my own designs on my labels and whatnot. That was
Right.
I'm the best customer there is because I went to deal with
I
myself.
design all my own stuff here. Yeah,
Yeah.
me and my wife design all my own logos for all my
Yeah.
stickers, all my shirts,
Yeah.
all my merch, for all my stuff. I do it myself. And then I just send it to the sticker people. They print them and send them to me. And
God, so much
then,
easier.
and it's because I know me, and I know,
Yes.
and it's like, it's just like, okay, people just, all right, I'll handle this.
Oh my God. Otherwise, it'll be all day long, back and forth, and like thumbnail
Every
sketches
now
and
and
like.
then somebody surprises me and will just like knock it out of the park on something and send me. And I'm
Yep.
like the logo Jody did for me, who was my co-host here for a while before I took a pause.
Oh
He
yeah.
did this.
Classic.
He had this made for me. And I was like, dude, that is awesome. That's beyond
Yeah.
perfect from the old
Yeah.
logo. I was like, so whoever he gave that to just knocked it out of the park, and he
He
sent it
gave
to
that
me.
to AI.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he did.
No, no.
I think he did.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, is the website spelled wrong? Oh, did I spell it wrong? Did you send me a thing?
Oh
The
yeah.
website
Artisan.
is it ticker
It's
spelled wrong?
artisan. It's not IAN. It's AN.
Dude, I tell you, I
Artisan.
can't spell art.
No, no. It's my fault because it was the worst website name ever. Like, no one can spell Phoenix to begin with, and then artisan
Yeah,
accoutrements.
yeah,
So that's why I
accoutrements.
shortened the Phoenix Shave. PhoenixShaving.com will also get you to the
Phoenix,
site, folks.
yeah, PhoenixShaving.com. Yeah,
Yeah, but Phoenix
Phoenix.
Artisan. After I did that, I was like, oh my God, what am I thinking? No, I do it to
Yeah,
myself.
it's okay. I knew where to find you.
Yeah, yeah, you do.
I
But
know
do
where
the
to
guys
find
in Thailand know where to find me? Is what it all comes down to. If that's who's even listening to you in Thailand, I don't know.
you. Yeah, I know. PhoenixShaving.com, by the way. Phoenix Shaving. Phoenix. Or they call it who said there was somebody pronounced it the other day, like, oh, what did they say, Phoenix? And then I was like, are you really how did they say it?
Artisan? Was it Phoenix Artisan? I've heard people
No,
say
they
artist.
said,
It's like artisan, man, not
yeah,
artisan.
it's somebody said, and I was like, that's the most butchering thing ever. It's like
Yeah,
this No Child Left Behind stuff really is starting to
yeah.
affect the
That's failed
world.
us. Yeah. I know. Good
And my
Lord.
wife's like, you can't say that. I go, yes, I can, and because it's the truth.
Well, it's okay. They've abolished everything now, so we're on our own, people. It's here are two rocks. Go out there and figure shit out.
So since it's been 5 years and there's been a lot going on, let me ask you this, because we kind of touched on this, I think, last time about aliens and things. Like, where are you at now with aliens and drones? And do you think they're real, or do you think we've just been lied to this whole time?
Well,
or are we getting closer, do you think?
I still, it's the jury's still out for me. There's a lot of it's. I've always been drawn to that for its entertainment value. I grew up with,
Right.
Time Life, Mysteries of the Unknown books and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
So, read the book. That is what, it's always been a form of entertainment for me. And the jury's still out. And I think it's a form of entertainment it makes a lot of money is what it all comes down to, especially in the industry out there. It's grown into this whole like bizarre thing. The fact that Ancient Aliens is on the History Channel is mind-blowing to me. It's like, wait, guys, we're not really sure if this is history. It's on the History Channel. It's got to be. And like Middle America relies on the History Channel. So I'm concerned, to say the least. But so I'm still like, the drone thing, it's just so hyped. I know, because kids have changed, but kids really haven't changed. And if I had a drone when I was younger, I'd be screwing with all of them while this is in the news with my drone, my glow-in-the-dark drone up there.
Oh, yeah.
And so a lot of those reports turned out after the fact were small planes, drones, and other things like that. Just, you know. But if you
Right.
don't have a trained eye, if you don't know what you're looking for, or even they were satellites too moving over the sky.
Oh yeah, everybody thinks Elon satellites when they come flying by. I mean, because I've seen them come across our pool, and I was like, oh, and I was like, oh, that's Elon stuff. they're like in
Elon,
tandem, like moving like 1,000,
yeah.
16,000 miles an hour or whatever.
There's a lot of weird stuff that, and if you're an old person too and don't realize that stuff's changed up
Right.
there, like, I mean, when I realized I could see satellites now, I was like, oh, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've kind of gotten out of a lot of the stuff I used to either believe in or hope to be true.
Right.
Because I was involved in the whole thing, like MUFON. I was involved
Mhm.
in MUFON, Ancient Aliens. A lot of those guys are friends of mine and
Right.
whatnot. And even a lot of them, like, aren't really total believers themselves. They really, there's a few that really are just unsure. We all
Right.
like this to be true, but
Oh yeah,
we just don't. We don't know. You know, we don't know.
we'd
I don't know.
like
Where
it
do
to
you
be
stand on
true.
it after
Well,
5 years?
you know, it's like, I know we have secret shit, and I know
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
building
yeah.
secret shit.
Governmental stuff.
We all know that, and that's
Yeah,
and we all know that. We've all said that. We've all known that for many years, and nobody can argue that point.
yeah,
Nobody can argue that point. But it's like, but what is it? And then, of course, if you say, well, what it is, and everybody knows, but at
right.
the same time, it's like, yeah, but did we come up with this? Are we
Yeah,
really that smart? Because we still can't figure out how they landed a 70-ton header stone in some of these tombs, and it's
right.
like,
Well, even that though, even that, when people say that, like, you can take a credit, you can't get a credit card through this. Like, that's all been disproved. Like, you
right,
actually, we can do a lot of that stuff nowadays, but
right.
like, we keep repeating these old tropes, like, um, over and over again. But I had something to say. I can't remember what it was. Probably wasn't too important. But yeah, I'm going to need more proof because I do. I think the government. This is where I stood in the '90s. I used to think, like, it's the government, people. It's the
Right.
government. What a
Right.
better cover than it's aliens. I
Aliens.
don't know what's
No.
going on in the sky. You know, it's like,
Right.
yeah, exactly. I mean, X Files told us this a long time ago.
Right.
And I've gotten back to that. It's like, nah, this is totally just new technology. It's not
Yeah.
reversed alien technology. It's our technology.
Right.
And especially with AI, the stuff that we're doing with supercomputers now, I mean, we just jumped ahead by like thousands of years. So we got
It's
the
scary.
we got
It's
stuff going on.
scary.
Yeah,
Yeah, everybody's like, "Have
yeah,
you messed with ChatGPT?" I was like, "I'm not." It's enough that I have all these apps and I have my phone that tracks me and listens to me all day. I don't need to step into ChatGPT yet. I don't need to like
no,
really just jump into the devil itself. I don't. That
yeah,
stuff. That stuff scares us. It makes me nervous. I don't like it. And it's not because I'm all. It's like no. It's like we've all seen Skynet. We've all seen Terminator. It's like
yes.
it's like this stuff is true. This stuff is walking down a path of we can't turn back. And once we
What
can't turn it off, what's going to happen?
I just recently watched that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie from the '90s, early '90s. What's the one where the thing in his brain? Total Recall. I have a suspicion that
Mhm.
Elon Musk in college took a ton of acid and watched Total Recall, and that's where everything came from when it
Oh
comes
yeah,
to him.
a
Because even the
thousand percent.
vehicles in there look like his truck. It looks
I
like
know.
the whole premises of that movie. I'm like, this is Elon Musk. Like, this is his thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
it's
Oh,
all
I agree.
there.
Oh, I agree
Yeah.
1,000% with you. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. I mean, because we all drew that truck in 6th grade. It's
Yeah, exactly. Thank God it was the easiest truck to drive too.
dude, they're
Yeah.
everywhere now. There's more and more of those freaking trucks popping up around here where I live, and every I've
Yeah.
seen them everywhere, and I've seen them stuck in the snow. By the way.
I know. I know. I know.
Best
I
thing
just
is I was in Illinois. Was I in Illinois? Yeah, I was in Illinois, and one was stuck in the snow, and I drove by it
yeah.
in my Tacoma, and I said, "See ya."
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's just like, and I have a Jeep too, so it's like, come on, man, go with what works. But like when he was demoing it and they're like hitting the windows and they're smashing, it's just like they were supposed to
Uh,
be on break. It's like
yeah, yeah. It's
schmuck.
like
It's just a schmuck thing,
I know.
so I'm concerned.
I'm very concerned. I am very,
Yeah.
very concerned about it.
Yeah.
And things. That but they're going to get stuff embedded. They've already embedded stuff in that one guy's brain that volunteered to do it,
What
and
about his children? I think he keeps making babies to implant them with things.
yeah. Yeah,
You
well,
know?
I don't know if he's implanted these kids, but they did implant that one dude, that one guy that, volunteered for the first, and I'm like, "You never," it's like, "Dude, why did you do that? You never get the first," like when new technology comes
Yeah.
in, you don't get the
Yeah.
first thing out the gate. You wait for them to figure out what's wrong
Yeah.
because they don't know
It's like
what's wrong
marrying
with
your
it, so they
first girlfriend. You never marry your
yeah,
first girlfriend.
no,
I
it's
don't
like
know
when
how
pla
that. I just wanted to get that out. I don't know how that relates to this, but just if anyone's taking
right,
notes out there, I want to
yeah,
add value to today's show. So if you're a young guy listening, no, no.
there is no value to the show.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
that's the whole
But yeah,
point of
someone
this.
volunteered for that. I can't believe it.
Yeah, and it's like when flat screen TVs came out. They're now they've gone down to like where they're like a quarter of an inch. They used to be when they first came out that they were like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Like you don't get the first one out the gate.
No,
It's
no.
like
Early adopters do.
yeah, early adopters, and if that's your thing, that's your thing. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. I wait for the third or fourth version when they figure out what they screwed up and then make it better or make
Hmm.
it smaller or it runs better. Or the first one was good, but it just kept freezing up or it kept break
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
or like
Cell
whoever got the
phones.
yeah. It's like when people first got those first plasma TVs and spent $5,000 and it didn't even
Yep.
take them 2-3 years and they just crapped out.
Yep.
We're like, don't look at it or don't touch. It's like what?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I've never been an early adopter myself. I sit back and watch
Yeah,
and observe.
and I know that from manufacturing side, from selling bill of material when they used to come out, say, "Oh, we got this new thing, this
Yeah.
new whatever," and I'm like, "Show me how it works in the house, and show me how
Yeah.
we install it, and let's see how it works." And then they're
Yeah. And
like,
let's see how long it lasts.
"You see how
And
long it lasts,"
yeah.
and then like, "Well, we're trying to figure it out," and I'm like,
Yeah.
and I did partner with some couple of companies like, "All right, we got this new thing, we're going to give it to somebody for free," and I'm like, "Now we're talking."
Yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. Well, volunteers are one thing, but yeah, I just don't. You just don't get any. Don't put something in your brain. I mean, come
No,
on. I mean,
don't
like
put
that
something in
really.
your body, in your brain.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
just putting anything. Look, my body doesn't like anything. It puts it even regular medicine, penicillin, in or
Oh
anything. Like
yeah.
I'm allergic to everything.
Suppositories, I hate them.
Repositories. Oh,
They're a pain in the. Well, I mean, but yeah.
yeah. It's like
Or
it's
I'll
like
put a suppository in your ear, or in
right, right.
that's where you start.
But I'm still having a hard time the fact that I have an iWatch and an iPhone. My wife tracks me. It's like it bugs the shit
I
out of me.
know.
It doesn't bug me that she knows where I'm at. That doesn't bother me at all. It's just
Yeah.
knowing that
No, you're almost 50. You're not going anywhere, but
yeah,
to the
I'm not going anywhere fun.
supermarket.
I'm not going anywhere fun or anything stupid. I'm
Yeah.
not,
Oh, he's at the gas station. I
yeah.
mean, like, yeah. No.
She knows when I'm at the bar. I tell her, I'm like, I'm at the bar.
Yeah, yeah. But thank God. I mean, this came out later in our lives. Had this technology been around when we were younger, it would have been a little messier, maybe. Like,
A lot messier. A lot messier. The
yeah,
fact that our parents, just let us run the streets and they didn't know. They really didn't know where we went. They didn't know where we went,
no,
or they just had to trust us, and we had to trust or be an earshot of whoever's parents yelled out the front
yeah,
door.
yeah. No, it's true. All those memes are right that I've
Mhm.
been seeing about the kids jumping over other kids. I mean, we used to
Yep.
do all that stuff.
Oh
We
yeah.
used to drive for miles and miles and miles on our BMX bikes, and like, I mean,
Yep.
like, and our parents still loved us and cared
Yep.
about us. But yeah, nothing. I mean, so yeah, maybe one of us would get kidnapped every now and then, but not a big deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there was enough to go around because you had more than one kid back then.
Exactly.
So you had
Exactly.
spares.
I did sell my buddy to the ice cream guy for a ride around the block in his van.
Totally
So
worth it though, right?
yeah,
I mean, it was
I got a
probably
free
paying
ice
the ass.
cream. He got a
Yeah.
ride around the block and
Yeah. And trauma for the rest of his life.
trauma for the rest of his life. People, when I tell
Yeah.
that joke, and people say, people go, "What, you sold?" And I know it sounds as bad as it's not. He got home. He came back.
Yeah. 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 Ask his shrink. Yeah.
Yeah, no longer talk.
Yeah.
That's the end of our
Yeah.
friendship. Hey, but I got a chip switch out of it. I got an upgrade from a
Yeah.
push
Yeah.
pop.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and now looking back on it, it's like, huh, I didn't. What was I doing?
Yeah.
What was I
Yeah.
doing? What's wrong
Yeah.
with me? What
Yeah.
is?
No. I know. I ask myself that question. I still ask myself that question, actually.
Oh
It's
my
not,
god, it's
whenever
so
I think
it's
back to my younger days,
right,
wild
exactly,
times.
exactly. So how big is the company now? Are you still keeping the company fairly small and tight out in Arizona? Have y'all grown
Yeah.
anywhere? Yeah, with all y'all stuff because like I said, you've got so much new stuff on the website. I can't even. pick out. I'm like, holy cow, there's all kinds of new stuff and new lines. Like,
Yeah, I can't believe it's been that long. We have probably five employees. Yeah, we have 5 employees
mm-hmm,
back in Phoenix, and me and my girlfriend, so that's 7 altogether. We're still sold. Well, actually, we're kind of pulling back from Europe. We had a distributor in Spain. We still do actually for some of our hardware, but for
mm-hmm,
softer stuff, we're kind of pulling back because there's so many rules and regulations in Europe that are just the paperwork is exhausting.
right,
And at the end of the day, we can only release so many things in Europe because the paperwork, and you have to pay for each product that you release in Europe yearly. It's
really,
an annual payment. So I mean, it gets
really,
kind of expensive. And when you compare it to how much you're actually making from your European sales, it
right,
really comes down. It's like more of like an extension of the marketing arm, just getting your name out there, brand
right,
recognition when it comes to selling stuff in Europe. So we're pulling back from there because a lot of our customers, actually, the majority of our customers come buy directly from us. So
right,
it's really not worth it at the end of the day to have a limited selection for them in Europe when they're coming to us anyways.
right,
So we're just trying to work on shipping prices for our European customers, bring that down, and
right,
it's always like just adjustments through
mm-hmm,
the years, like seeing what works, what doesn't work, throwing everything against the wall, see what sticks,
right.
and so that's
So y'all
where
still small company, but yet on
mom pop, yeah,
which I love. I love that.
yeah,
And keeping it tight and small and right. That way
yeah.
prices stay
Oh yeah,
down.
I'm still in. I got my hands in everything. I'm still doing all the design. I'm still creating all the scents. I'm still, I mean, like we're still in total control. Um,
That's
and
good because a lot of people get, going and after 5, 6 years, they hand off, and then you start seeing changes
no,
and things
no,
like
I
that.
don't want to do
Sometimes it's good.
that. And I don't
Sometimes
even
it's
think
good.
we'll ever sell. I think I mean, this dies with me. I mean, like, it's just like, I don't, it's just, it's like my baby, it's
Right.
like,
Because y'all
yeah,
started it, was it 2012 or 13? Hold on.
yeah,
When did y'all start?
2012, 2012.
2012, that's what I thought. So it's
Yeah,
been 13 years now. Lucky
yeah,
13.
I know, right? Well, in India, it's a lucky number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's lucky. And when I gamble on roulette, yeah.
God bless you. Yeah, it's no, I really not much has changed over the years. I mean, the size has changed and
Right.
the amount of customers we have changed, but like when it comes to what we do, that hasn't changed that much. And it's who we are.
Right.
Um, we've put everything that we are into the business. So like
Mhm.
everything we're into is so I don't want to screw with that. Like if it's not broken, don't
So,
fix it. And
yep.
I'm not looking to I don't want to be this huge brand. I mean, we are a big brand. We're one of the leaders in the industry, but I
Okay.
don't want to be like this. I don't want to be the McDonald's of shaving.
Right. Right.
There's
Right.
nothing punk
Right.
rock about that. So I
Right.
mean,
Right. There's a
I
point
want to.
where you're like, okay, we can grow a little, we can kind of, but you don't want it where you lose the touch or the feel of what the product is, or is
Yeah,
came out the
and it
gate.
all comes back to like what you were talking about at the beginning, where you're a mile long, but you're only an inch thick. Like you can't
Right.
do everything great. So it's like keep it small where everything can still be great. And I think the customers see that and appreciate that. And I mean, I don't know. We've been built. I mean, I have a whole universe too. That I write stories. I write little
Right.
novels, novellas, PDFs with characters and everything else that are coming and going. They're on the labels. So it's like this whole like involved thing. And I
Right.
could not see handing that off to no one's going to be able to do that. Even if
Right.
like, I don't know if I could ever sell the business because they'd want to buy me too to be
Right.
able to do, to keep it going. And it's like I don't want to. I don't. Yeah, I'm very happy with where it's at, and I feel
Yeah.
like this
No,
is
it's
it.
great. It's so funny because I've been such a huge fan of you guys since we met and you were on the podcast first time, and I've tried y'all stuff, and it's so funny when I was like, oh, you need to try Phoenix Shaver, and they're like, oh, I already know those guys. I already buy them. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
What?
yeah, I know, and it took a lot of work to get out there, but yeah, no, we've definitely created a name and a brand that people know and recognize these days. Although you listening in Thailand right now might not have heard of
Yes.
us yet, but you
Yes.
will.
Yes. You will. And you can order direct.
Yeah,
And we're,
phoenixshaving.com.
yes. And hopefully order them before the terrorists take place.
Oh my god. I know. Like that's the one thing that's going to take us down. Like every day, I'm just like, biting my
Yeah,
nail. Like
I
yesterday, I
was
almost
gonna
didn't
try.
get out of bed. I was like, screw it.
Yeah, when you were talking about the Europe, I almost said, and I was like, I'm gonna bring it up, ask you, are you scared about the tariffs and stuff, or the
Yeah.
city, or
Well,
what?
yeah,
How's
no,
that
and that's
gonna?
why I thought like pulling back from Europe, like people are going to misinterpret my motives for that, so I should probably explain this. But no, it has nothing to do with that. I don't hate Europe or any of that stuff. It's just it's more of a no, it's a strategy for us, not for
Strategy?
anything
Yeah,
else. Nothing, no
right,
ideological content at all. It's just
right,
really no, it's what works for us. But yeah, I am scared to death of what's coming down the pipeline. I mean, I don't know. As a small business, American business owner, it's like this could affect us on so many different levels. So it's always a concern. And
right,
even during COVID, we tried to keep our prices down. Price increases were happening all across
right,
the board when it comes to our industry, but we
right.
kept our prices down during all of that. We were taking hits. But you can only do that for so long.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah, just like with building materials. Building materials took a
yeah,
35% increase in 2020, and they still haven't backed off. And my guy I was talking
no,
to about doing the site, he goes, dude, he goes, Hardy just came out and they said they're doing a 6% increase in the next 6 weeks. I'm like, get it ordered now. And which that's
yeah.
normal because it's the busy season. That's when building materials go up. Anyways, but they took a 35% jump 4 or 5 years ago and still haven't backed off.
They did that. A lot of people did that. We did pull our prices down from when we did raise them. We raised them for about 6 months, then we brought them back down because we want to be fair with everybody, with our customers. We're not
Right.
here unless our customers are supporting us, so like we
Right.
got to support them as well. So we try to be super fair and wait to the very last minute if to raise the price if we need to. But yeah, look, I'm just watching TV and I gotta start turning off the TV. In fact, the last 2 days I went for long hikes. It's been so good for my mental health. But it's
Right.
just like otherwise, I'm just gonna be like biting my nails, like, or again,
Oh yeah.
not getting out of bed because it's
I've
just
I've started
wild.
limiting myself to get up in the morning, look, see what's going on, what new popped up,
Yeah,
anything worth talking about, or I can fold into, my
a
comedy.
lot of comedy. There's a lot of
Yeah, there's
comedy
a
that's
lot,
writing itself.
but
Yeah,
it is writing itself. But some of it's like,
yeah,
okay, it's low hanging fruit. Everybody's going to talk about this. I don't want to talk about
yeah.
it. But
Uh,
unless you can make a weird, I'm like, unless I can make like a unique spin on it, that's mine.
yeah,
I typically stay away, especially because right now, even people still don't want you to talk about what's in the news when they come to a comedy show. It's like what I
yeah,
keep
because it's
saying.
an escape. It
Nobody
should be an
wants
escape.
it's an escape. It should be escape. And everybody's like, in most of the places and the stuff I do, they'll ask me, they're like, I don't want to tell you what to talk about. One night I'll go, let me guess, you just don't want me to talk about politics or religion. They're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, good, because I don't talk about either. And if I
Yeah,
do, it's about me and what directly affects me. It's not about them, because
yeah,
you've heard enough. And unless it's like, and you can talk about some stuff, but it's like, no, it's in our hand, it's on our phones, it's in our life every day. It's like people want you to talk about other things than that.
yeah,
No matter what stance they are, no matter if they were pro Trump or not pro Trump, nobody wants to hear it. Never, they're like, we hear
yeah.
enough. It's in our face every day.
Oh
And
my
then,
God, yeah,
and it's like, talk about anything else,
yeah.
everything else.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I see. I agree. I agree. I'm like going back to like movies from like the 70s and 80s trying
Right.
to like get out because you just can't turn on anything without like being like
Oh,
pulled
and talking
immediately
about,
back into like
so us watching Shameless, and so we were watching it, and there was a point in one of the seasons you start seeing them pumping more political stuff into the scripts and into the show. And I just looked at my wife and she was like, "Oh my God, I don't miss those years, those couple of years."
yeah,
And I'm like,
yeah.
"Yep,
It
and
bleeds into it. It bleeds, I mean, as a creative person myself, I have to really be conscious of when I'm doing that too, because
mhm.
it'll bleed in. I mean, as an artist or a comedian or anything like that, you're pulling stuff in that's all around you. So it's real easy to do. I mean, you can go down that. So it takes a lot more control to not do that.
Well,
So good on
sometimes I
you.
have to write that or write something on that just to get it out of my head or out of
Yeah.
my thought, just to
Yeah.
say, okay, I got it down on paper. I'm not going to use it and just
Yeah.
throw
Yeah.
it to the side and just kind of
I do
get
that
it,
with comments on
flush it
Facebook
out.
all the time. It's like I'll write the comment, but I'll never click return, and
Yeah,
but it feels good to get it out.
yeah,
Or I'll sleep on something, and it's like, no, I'm glad I didn't do that,
yeah.
um, because it's the kiss of death for so many reasons. And yeah, it's just wild times.
Oh yeah,
What is it? May you live in interesting times. The old Chinese saying. And
right.
it's like, no, no, I don't want to live in interesting times. Actually, I'm totally cool with bland times. Like
Bland.
that
Yep,
wasn't in the fortune cookie, but I wish it was.
exactly. Exactly. It's so crazy. It's so stupid. It's
It's so
insanity.
stupid. It's like stupid.
So
It's
stupid.
yeah, I just want to go back to where it was, where I just could wake up in the morning and not worry about anything or think about anything, not think that I had to think about anything in
Right.
regards to that stuff. And it's like,
Exactly.
but yeah,
Yeah.
now this is affecting my business and everything else. And so it is a worry. And I want to move to Spain. It's been in my book, my plans for
Mhm.
years. And I've been getting closer and closer. And now it's like, oh, now I got to put the Canadian patch on my backpack again. And like, it's,
It's so crazy. It's so stupid. The world. It's an interesting weird time, and like we think about it. It's like for those that didn't grow up in the '80s and stuff. It's like all of us that did were like, can we go back there, please? Swear to God, can we go back now?
yes, yes. I mean, like, oh my
uh,
god, yeah. Even the
I'm
90s, like 80s, 90s.
yeah. Well, what's
I
really
just like,
bugging me is this burn is these burn and expendable kind of thing. So like when a movie would come out, it would
yeah,
stay out for 3 to 4 or 5 months in the theater, and you'd have a chance to go see it and then go tell your friend, "Dude, you see it? No,
yeah,
okay, well, you need to go see it so we can talk about it," and
yeah,
then they'd
exactly.
go see it, whatever, and it was a talking point for exponential amount of time. And
Yeah,
then but now you can watch now the movie comes out, and if you don't watch it within the first week it's out, like everybody's already on to the next
yeah,
movie or next thing. Like
yeah.
nothing has a shelf life. Nothing has a
Yeah.
shelf life to talk. So then I'll start talking about stuff. They're like, dude, that was like 4 weeks ago. I'm like, yeah, it's still relevant. They're like, no, it's not. I'm like,
Yeah,
yes, it is. I just
yeah.
watched it. Just like I just
I
watched
know.
Shameless. That was on. It ended in 2020, but it had 11 seasons, and me and my wife are just now watching it and finding out that my stepdaughter was watching it at 12. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. Actually, maybe that's the comedy you should do. You should do comedy for stuff that's like so outdated, that so obscure now. And by obscure, I mean it's like a year old. It's like,
mhm,
have you guys seen Fringe? And
yeah,
like, have you heard of Lost?
right.
You got to check this
You
out.
got to check out Lost.
I can't wait for the ending though. I'm sure that's going to be killer. Yeah.
Like saying, I just
Yeah.
watched The Sopranos. What?
I haven't, honestly, I had never seen The Sopranos.
No
I
way.
think I've walked through a room where it was playing, but like, there's a couple things I haven't seen. Top Gun either. I've never seen that because I want to be able to die and on my deathbed say, and I never saw Top Gun, and be able to like really say that with conviction. And
Oh my god.
so I'm trying, and my girlfriend's trying to get me to. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna. And it sounded so bad because I did an episode for this shaving show, and it was a Top Gun episode. So
Yeah.
they were telling me, okay, yeah, go home tonight and watch it. And I'm like, oh guys, there's
Yeah.
something you don't know about me. And I didn't want to seem difficult. And it's like, how does that sound to anybody that's not in on your like weird joke or whatever this is? And it's like, guys, I can't watch that. And they're like, why can't you watch it? I have this thing where I'm never gonna watch that movie. And they looked at me like I'm such like a brat, like, oh my god, we gotta like, so I had to like work around. And granted, I can quote that movie because it's
Oh
been
yeah.
out for 30 years. Like
Oh yeah.
I've heard people talk about it,
Oh yeah.
but so I can fake it, and which I did. But like I still have not seen that. But it's such a ridiculous thing to have to explain to somebody like, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't watch
Oh,
Top Gun movie. I
that
have to
is
leave the room.
so funny. That is so
Yeah.
funny. Because I've got a bit I talk about wearing my CPAP, and I quote lines from the movie Top Gun. Because when I wear my CPAP, you think you're a Top Gun fighter pilot, but you're not.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
do it, and it either really hits, and then if it's a young audience, they'll just kind of sit there because I'll just lay there and go, talk to me, Goose. Talk to me, Goose. And then when it's quiet, I'm like, oh yeah, y'all only know the Maverick version. Okay, sorry. You didn't
Yeah,
see the
yeah,
original. Sorry,
yeah,
your parents were getting finger banged to that one.
yeah, yeah. Oh god, no, it's so true. I tried a CPAP for like a week, and I was like, I cannot do this. I was like, there's nothing
Dude, I
sexy about a CPAP.
no, there's nothing sexy about it, and that's what I talk about in
Yeah,
my bit. Is like because there's nothing, and I should have wear mine, and I'm supposed to, and I don't, and it's like I've done it. It's great. I do feel different. I do feel better when I sleep with it on
yeah.
because I'm like, okay, I did sleep. I did get in some weird more rest than I normally do, but it's like, but it
Okay,
wakes me
okay.
up. It wakes me up when I roll over, or then the seal will get off, and I go
Oh man, it would
like I'm a
dry me
leaky
out. Like it
yeah, like I'm a
dries your
leaking like balloon, and my wife
tire.
will wake up and be like, "Adjust your mask."
Yeah. No,
I'm like,
and I did it like by choice. Like I was never prescribed it. I've never gone for any of that. I just thought, well, maybe I'll try that. I do that sometimes. One time I got my ears clean because I never got my ears clean before. That was the worst experience, by the way. Don't ever do that. But same thing with the CPAP. I bought one used, and I tried to, figure it out myself. I'm like got the screwdriver in there, and I'm trying to like, I don't know, calibrate it to myself. I don't even know how to do that. So it was a horrible experience. But what I've done since then is I got this nasal, what is it called?
Is that thing you
It's a
stick in
clip.
your nose? The
Yeah,
little things you stick in your nose? Does
yes,
that
yes.
work?
I combined it because I got that and I got the mouthpiece too. So it looks like I'm going to box Rocky.
Right.
But I'm wearing this thing and I got the nasal dilator. That's what it is, a nasal dilator up my nose.
That's it.
And I got this other thing in my mouth that makes my jaw like really weird. And there's been nights where I don't snore. I have like Snore Lab, the app.
Right.
So it like records me at night and tells me how I'm doing. And there's been nights where I don't snore at all, and then other nights where I snore lightly, but nothing like I used to. So, because that was always my concern, is the snoring. Like, was that waking up at night and so on and so forth? But I've been doing that since I was a little kid. But with a dilator, like my nose doesn't get congested in the night, so I breathe really easy out my nose. And that mouthpiece, it's like, I don't know, their whole claim to fame is it's Swiss made or something like that. So, if you're a fan of the Army knife, maybe this is for you. But
well,
it works.
And there's Well, and the whole thing was I travel so much, and I'm in hotels all the time every week, 2, 3, 4 nights a week. Sometimes it's like I don't like traveling with that seatbelt, and I thought about getting the mouthpiece because I've got a very narrow esophagus, abnormally small and narrow. When they're like, oh my god, you've got an abnormally narrow passageway. So I would, like when I did the sleep test thing at that at home thing. Like I basically died like 6 times in 4 minutes. It's like
it stops.
They were like, okay, so I get that part, and I do. And now I've lost 23 pounds, and my wife's like, you're not snoring as much, so that's helped. But I still need to do something to help because I do breathe through my mouth, and the traveling aspect is what I'm talking about. Because I want to be able to have something that travels. That sounds like what you're doing is a lot easier to travel with and try to negate this whole like, gray bag with your CPAP machine in there and all that. And then you toting it through the airport. It's like toting around. It's like, yep, I'm dying every time I sleep. Here it is, folks, right here.
This is my tether, my tether to life. But no, I stay in hostels when I travel. I hike across Europe. That's like what I do. It's one of my fun things. And I'll stay in hostels. So it's embarrassing, right? If you snore, like you don't want to be getting the stink eye the next day. But there are some people that do that. They travel with their CPAP machine. Like they'll be standing in front of me in line. I'll be like, oh God, it's got the guy with the like all night. It's like where I feel like I'm in the ICU, like hanging out, It's like I'm here for vacation. But no, so I totally understand that. But try the mouthpiece. After this, I'll send you a photo of the one I use. But it's been a game changer. Do that and use the Snore Lab app at night.
Right.
Snore Lab. It's awesome. And like just have that track you. And it doesn't necessarily record. I think recording is an option, but it listens, So it'll show you the spikes where it's loud and where it's not, and then compare it. And that might be the way to do it. Because I think it is some part of like a racket when it comes to the CPAP machine.
Yeah.
I mean, the way they track you and everything else. And it's
they
everyone's
track
got
you,
one
and they're
now.
always sending you new hoses and new things.
Yeah, it just seems like it, and I think we're the only country that really does that. Like, I mean, I've talked to other people. It's only Americans that bring their CPAP machines when they travel in Europe. So
that's what I was about to ask that question.
It's always gringos. It's always
interesting.
Yeah.
Because I just, and I get it, and I wake up sometimes early in the morning, and I'm like, oh, and I was dreaming perfectly, and I'm like, oh, I think I stopped breathing.
I would do that. I would gasp in the night, but a lot of it I think had to do with I was overweight at the time, and like I think if you drop off some pounds, you use these things. But I mean, like with this mouthpiece, I'm sleeping till 5 in the morning. I'm not even getting up in the night to use the bathroom. I'm sleeping soundly through the night with this thing. So it's been a game changer. But I tried everything. There's like snoring exercises you can do. Like a couple of years ago, before my trip, I was like, I had all these different snoring apps. It was ridiculous. But I was like doing tongue exercises and all types of weird stuff. And so I I really tried, but none of that stuff worked. This is working. So it's better.
I'm going to, and I've been saying I'm going to explore that. I haven't had a chance to, so I'm glad
Yeah.
You kind of caught me up with the
Nasal
test run of your
dilation,
stuff.
man, and trust me, you can work this into your stage thing too. I mean, like, you really this you could wear it, and like
Oh, I
you don't
know.
even have to open your mouth. Actually,
Oh,
you do have to open your mouth still, but
right.
you don't have to say anything. You're gonna get the
You're
laughs. I'm telling
right.
you, it's really
Yeah, I've got this
game
whole thing.
changer.
I pitched a thing to another friend of mine, another comedian. I was like, dude, we need to do a tour this next year. I was like, because he just turned 50 a couple months ago.
Yeah.
We need to do a This is 50 tour. And he's like, dude, it's a brilliant idea. It's like, we need a female comic. He's already got one lined up. I was like, I'll get another backup. And I was like, we need to do a tour. It's like, this is 50. I was like, that would
Yeah.
sell out. I was like, because we have so many, people. It's like, this is and I talk about it. It's like, this is the age. I don't like this age. And here's the thing. It's not that I'm turning 50. 50 does kind of bother me. Age has never bothered me. What is bothering me is that every time I go to a doctor, they want to give me something new. It's like,
Oh, I
first
know.
with the CPAP. Oh no, let's give you this. So that's no, stop. Or and it's like, oh, you need a colonoscopy. No, I don't.
No, I know.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
And on top of that, the doctor's younger than you. It's weird. It's like they start saying, "Well, at your age," and stuff. It's like,
Well,
yeah,
you're at the age. I'm at the age of what? I'm at the
yeah,
age of what?
yeah. No,
It's
it's
like,
weird. I
no.
agree. It's very, very, very weird. Like, because
It
not
is.
much has changed on the inside. It's just on the outside, apparently.
Right.
But and then you don't see that stuff until you really look. So what I've done is like I've kind of kept the illusion going and changed all my bulbs to yellow bulbs in the house. You don't see as much. You don't see the
Yeah.
fine lines stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, I still look like I'm 38. Like.
And then my wife keeps wondering. She says, "We're old. We're old." I go, "You are 42. Shut up."
Yeah, I know.
She goes,
I
"Well,
know.
you're old." I go, "No, I'm not."
Yeah, don't pull me into this. Yeah.
She goes, "Yes,
No,
you are." I go, "No, I'm not. Stop."
yeah, I know. See, I don't have kids either, so I've been able to create this illusion longer. It's long, it's
Right.
more believable. But
Right.
yeah,
And that is one thing we did talk about this weekend because we ran down to Epcot for the Garden Fest. My wife's a big gardener.
oh yeah, I saw that. I saw you guys were down there.
Yeah, she was down there. She was,
World.
it was one of those last minute things where she
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, the Garden Fest." She goes, "I didn't realize it." She goes, "I didn't realize Epcot had a Garden Fest." I go, "Yeah, and it's gotten a lot better." So we looked at it. She goes, "Oh, I want to go do it." So I was like, "Well, I don't got a show this weekend." And so we
Yeah.
looked at it and we ran down there Friday. We did it Saturday and then we came back Sunday. Quick turn and burn, But her and I have only been married. See, we've been married almost 7 years now, and we'll be 7 years this year. And when we first got married, I was like, "Look, I don't want kids. I had 3. You've got 1. Let's just let's live our life." And then so we're down there at Epcot.
Get a dog.
And she brings it up all the time. She goes, "I'm so glad that we have that talk." Because she goes, "I could not think. I couldn't begin to think." Which we did. She goes, "Couldn't begin to think to having a 5 or 6 year old right now." She goes, "It just." And being around other people's kids, because you're a certain age, she's like, because people are having kids older, when they're older now at our age. And it's like, and friends of mine are having that. And I'm like, you're giving me a panic attack, dude.
Yeah. Epcot
I've
gave me
already
a
done
panic
this.
attack.
My kids are in their 20s. My kids are all in their 20s. Okay. They're
Yeah.
older. I had them young. It's like,
Yeah.
and I get it. People are having them later, but I'm like, and then we ran into somebody at Epcot, and this guy and this gal, and they had a brand new baby, and they're at Epcot. I'm like, well, why are you here with a brand new baby? Anyways, but they were fairly young. And I said, and she said something, and my wife made a comment, and I said, yeah. I said, well, he goes, well, he turned around and I said, well, y'all are fairly young. He goes, yeah, we're 26, 27. I said, hey, that's perfect age. I said, because here's the thing. The older you get, the harder the shit gets, and the tired. It's like, look, we're here.
Yeah.
I'm here. I am. I'm 49. I'm half hammered in Epcot, having a great time because I don't have a kid running around. I was like, you'll be at that point someday where you won't have this kid, and you'll be half hammered standing here talking to someone else. It's like, whatever you do, have them now, have them young. He goes, well, we're trying to wait till we're financially. I said, nobody is ever financially sound to have a kid. Ready. Nobody is never ready for anything. Just you got to do it and do it now and get it done.
Yeah.
Because my brother-in-law, he had kids very late. He's got a 9-year-old. She's 6 and a 4-year-old, 3 year. And when he looked at me, he's like, I'm so tired. But he built a career, and I get that. And he's having kids. He goes, I'm so tired. I go, I know. I feel for you. I feel for you, brother. I love you. I feel for you.
Yeah.
But
that's some George Clooney stuff right there.
Right. It's like, if it, it's like I was telling my wife, I was like, if it ain't broke, let's not add to it.
Yeah. No, but it's funny because I saw you in Epcot. I saw the pictures, and I'm like, the last time I was in Epcot, we had a shaving conference in Florida. And me and my girlfriend were like, after this, let's take another week down there and we'll go to Epcot. Because I
Mhm.
haven't been to Epcot since 1986, since I was a kid myself.
Right.
And I have all these fond memories because I was a child. But
Right.
now, like, we get to the hotel and I look out the window and it's just all children running around in the pool. And I was like, oh my God, let's get out of here. Let's go to Epcot. That's where the adults are hanging out because it's not Disney World. No, no,
Mm.
there's screaming weirder kids like at Epcot. And it's like, and everyone thinks they're traveling the world too. It's kind of like the
Yeah.
same people that go on cruises. It's like I've been to Mexico 7 times. Yes, but did you get off the boat
Nope.
or just hanging out at the buffet? Otherwise, you
Yeah.
haven't been to Mexico 7 times.
Right.
And it's the same thing with Epcot. It's like I was traveling the world, and like it was nerve wracking the amount of children there. So I realized I hate children, but it's cool, right? I mean, like
Yeah.
I
It's
don't,
cool.
I don't, I don't necessarily hate them. I know that I'm not parent material, and but that was like birth control for me when I was at Epcot. I was like, yeah, I
Right.
know for sure now
Right.
what I'm
Oh yeah,
into.
we plan our whole day around like we'll get there like early at road drop, and then we cycle what we do around people because people with kids flood in
Oh my
somewhere
God, yeah,
around like 9:30, 10, and then the kids have their meltdown by 3, 4 o'clock,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then they have to all go to dinner. So then at 6, we're out running around doing everything
yeah.
else while they're is like and she's like, what I go? She goes, this is the perfect cycle. She goes, so yeah, we're avoiding them. We're
Yeah, so
avoiding.
you have strategy.
Yes.
You have insight where I don't. So I was like making all the mistakes, all the rookie was. I even got busted at the gate with a razor blade. Like I was like everyone's looking at me like because I had a
Ooh.
razor on. I came from a razor conference, right? So I had like a safety razor with a blade in there, and like they're stopping me
Right.
there, and yeah, so I was just making a scene left and right. That happened to me my first cruise and last cruise too. That happened to me too, where I got stopped at at the gate with all this weird contraband on it. And it wasn't. It was stuff like a DE blade or something like that. That
Right.
looks like I'm gonna be running around slicing or shaving people. I don't know what the threat was, but that's that's what happens in the shave world, man.
Everyone, I'm running around manscaping everybody.
Yes, yes, just dragging the blade behind me, like just lie down in front of me, brother. I got you.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't either.
Yeah. But I hope it
Oh,
doesn't
that's
scar.
too funny. Yeah. Talking about cruises. I've been talking to some cruises about working on them, so we'll see what happens.
Have you been on a cruise?
Yeah, yeah, I've been on cruises. Yeah, I like going on cruises.
Oh my
We
God.
go about once a year.
Oh,
And
okay. You're a cruiser.
yeah, and the reason why is like we like it because it's one everything it's affordable. All right, so
And
like
if you have kids, it's perfect. Everything's
yeah,
in
so
one
we've got
place,
one.
like
I've
all the
got my
entertainment.
stepdaughter. She goes with us, so 3 of us can
Yeah.
fit in the cabin perfectly. We get a balcony, and it's great. And literally, it's a week. So you go for a week, and we go on the cruise. We gamble, we drink, we have fun, and we spend half the amount as we would if we rented a condo and went to Florida.
Oh,
So
sure.
because condos
Sure.
have now gotten so ridiculous to get a condo at the beach for a week, it's like 5, 6 grand now, 4 to 6 grand
I
to
know. It's like
rent a
rent.
condo for a
Yeah.
week. You can go on a cruise typically for less than $4,000 for 3 people for seven
Yeah.
days.
Yeah.
Therein lies there, and then we don't hold back on anything. We shop, we eat, we
Yeah.
gamble, we drink,
Yeah.
and
Oh, I see the appeal.
and by the time we walk off, we still have saved money
Yeah.
and then if you frequent you get upgrades, so now we get
Oh,
like $350 $400 onboard credit which we put towards drinks and other things like that. So it's like it works out because there's a reward program, whereas if you go rent a condo at the beach now, even just down here in Florida 4 hours from my house, you're going to spend 6 to 8 grand
oh
going
yeah.
for a week-long vacation. It's like
Yeah.
what the it's like
Yeah.
ridiculous. And the last time we rented a condo on the beach was during COVID because you couldn't go nowhere else. And they started renting condos. So we rented it for the week. And we looked at each other and we went, when they let cruises back going, we're going back on a cruise because we just spent $6,000 just to sit here on the beach for the week, which was
Yeah.
fine because you couldn't do
Yeah.
nothing else. But if we can do this for 3,800,
Yeah.
that's where the money, you figure it out from there because people are like, oh, I'm like, look, you say what you want. You do the math, okay? You do the math. I'm not broke, I'm not poor, but at the same time, I'm not going to throw money away at stupid stuff.
No, if it's your thing, more power to you. For
Right.
me though, it was like everything turned into a freaking musical. I'm not into musicals, I'm not into all that other stuff, and that was going on. And the one thing I was waiting for was music trivia. I was like,
Yeah.
we got this. I was quizzing my girlfriend at the time. I was like, okay, we're gonna take the 80s. It's 80s music trivia. I was like,
Right.
we totally got it. She's like, I'm not really good at this. I was like, no, no, no. We're gonna prep. So we're in like one of the 70 different bars there. And I'm
Right.
like, okay. And I'm quizzing her all night. We got this. And 8 o'clock comes around, we go there, and it's like they're doing music trivia, and all of a sudden, like, and then it's like, who stole the boogie? And they go into a song and dance. I'm like, oh my God. Like, it really, everything turned to a musical. Everything. I mean, just they couldn't do like even a stand-up routine would turn to a song and dance at some point. It was like, what am I signed up for here? So I locked myself in the room and watched Ghost Hunters for like 2 days in a row because I just wasn't into the entertainment at all. And I was with some X-Files, not X-Files, with some Ancient Alien guys
Oh,
on this
really?
cruise. So I mean, like, I realized I am not a cruise person. I can't do it. Like, I tried. I really committed to it. But every time I could get off the boat, I got off the boat. In fact, one time
Right.
the captain was waiting for us when we got back because we were the bad people, the naughty
Uh-huh.
bunch, I guess. And so they had to have a talk with us, like, you guys got to be back on time, otherwise we're going to leave you here and stuff like that. And I'm pondering, I was like, huh, leave us here in like in Cabo.
Yeah.
I was
We
like,
just we just go to the casino. I stay in the casino, and then I go to the
smart,
room, and then
smart. That's
I
probably the
hang
best way
out.
to
There's
do
a
it.
couple of bars I hang out at, and then I hang out at the adult only section in the back of the boat, and then that's I just do my thing till we get to wherever our first stop is.
Yep.
And then we run off the boat, and I run directly away from the tourist shit, and I go
Yeah.
straight into the middle or heart of whatever. I usually have it planned out. I grab a taxi, and I go, I want to go here. Take
Yeah.
me here to get me out of the tourist shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But they, you know what? You're not fooling them. They know exactly who you are. I used to live in Central America, and like it was a
Yeah,
spot where the boats would stop,
yeah,
and as soon as you get that flush of people coming on, they're all, no matter who they are or how many people are there, they came off that boat.
right, yeah,
Because I did the same thing. I tried to run away from
right,
the other gringos, and everyone's like, first of all, I'm wearing this hat, so like
yeah,
that's like a sign right there. It's like, there he is. And yeah, so they try to sell me bracelets or something, and
oh yeah,
I
oh
buy
yeah,
them.
oh
They
yeah.
tried to charge me to use the bathroom at one of the places, and it was really,
What?
yeah,
Charge
it
you
was
use
like
the
50.
bat?
I don't even know what they wanted from me. I didn't have the currency, I mean, I was on the cruise ship, so, but
Right.
yeah, so
Um,
that sticks out in my mind. Stuff like that when you turn 50, that's the type of stuff that sticks out in your mind. That last vacation when they tried to charge me to use the bathroom.
Right. Yeah. I'm just like this. As long as I can have enough drinks, everything will be fine, and
Yeah.
food and drinks, and I can gamble a little bit. I'm fine. I'm
Yeah.
happy. I'm
Yeah.
happy. I can just, I'm good. Just leave me alone.
Yeah. No, it's not. Yeah, I totally get that. If I wish I was, I wish it worked. You know what? Honestly, I haven't given it a fair shot. I've went once. It was Carnival, and there's all different other ones out there, I'm told. And
Yeah.
Viking's looking pretty good too. The European one out down the
Yeah, those
river,
are smaller. Those are about 200 people on a boat, 250, I
and
think,
adults.
max,
I think
and
they're
all
adults
adults.
only.
All adults.
That's what I want.
I don't think there's no casino, but there's not a casino on there, I don't think. But other than that, it's 250 people. And me and my
Yeah,
wife are like, because I want to do one of those and go,
yeah,
because I want to go do Europe and do some things. And I was like, and depending on if you do the Italy one or the
hmm,
whichever one you want to do, it's like, that seems like the way. It seems like a great thing. So I've heard friends of mine have gone on, and I asked them. I said, "What did you think?" They go, "It was cool. It's just less people, not as much stuff to
yeah,
do, but you do go see you can see 6 different cities in Italy or wherever or whatever that
yeah.
the
That's
one
more
you're
my
doing."
thing, and no children, because I mean, this was like overrun by children. Like, I'm
Right?
trying to get into the hot tub, and there's like 6 kids in there, and they're all looking at me suspiciously. I'm like, they
Yeah.
totally peed in the fucking,
Yeah.
and it's like,
Yeah.
but it's cool because I was doing that too.
Right.
'Cause I'm drinking just as much alcohol as these children are on the cruise. So
Right.
like, yeah,
I don't get in the pools on the cruises. I don't get in the pool at
no,
all. I do
you
not get
you
in the
can't
pool.
get in there. It's like
Mm-mm.
just hanging
I don't
out. It's
get
like
in them.
being in a crowd in water. It's like,
I don't get in them. I go up. I just hang out on the top deck in the sun. They have those little outdoor showers. I'll spray myself off to
yeah,
cool off. But other than that, I'm in the room or in the casino and
yeah.
hanging out by a bar where nobody else is, and I'm
No,
just
you're
like
doing it right.
doing my
I'm the
own
guy
thing.
who I did everything wrong. I got the sunburn on the first day, so all week I'm a guy. Now I'm getting seasick. I grew up on the beach. Like, I mean, we're, you know, I just, it's not for me. It really
There's
like, and
ways
then
to
like,
do things. There's ways to do things. You just
there's
gotta
a
figure.
strat. Like, I'm
There's a
not like
strategy.
schooled in this. Like, in fact, when I got offered to go on the cruise, my friend was like, "Yeah, we're going on a cruise. You guys want to come?" And I didn't even think about it. I was like, "Yes, we'll go," because we hadn't been on a vacation. In fact,
Right.
when we started the business, we never went on vacation. It took us 10 years before we went on our first vacation, and so we went on this one. And it wasn't really our vacation; it was someone else's vacation that we invited ourselves on. So there was no like. I didn't, whatever. But I mean, I just walked into that without any real prep, and like, had I
Yeah.
known better, I would have like YouTubed it and like, done
Right.
the whole
You
like
gotta kinda know
learned a
what to
little more.
do. It depends on, and like you say, if you're just you and your dog, like when I took my wife when we first,
Yeah.
before we were dating, I said, "I'm gonna go on a cruise." She goes, "What?" We weren't even dating like a couple weeks, and I was like, "Hey, my birthday's coming up. I'm gonna go on a cruise for my birthday," because it was the one thing I could do when I was selling building material that I could get away and nobody could
Hmm.
call me and get a hold
Yes.
of me.
Yeah.
Because even if I
Yeah.
went on vacation somewhere, people would still call me even though they knew I
Yeah.
was gone. It's like a superintendent or a homeowner, like, "Hey, I know you're on vacation, but I need to know that." It's like,
Yeah.
y'all, if you can't function without me for a week, then why are you what are you doing? Why
You're
you
gonna need to
shouldn't
pay
be
me
doing
more.
you're gonna
Yeah.
pay
Yeah.
more and you shouldn't be doing your job, because if I've got to do my job and your job while I'm on vacation, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
So I'd figured out how to do it. So when I took her on, she had never been on one. She goes, "Oh my God, this is amazing." So yeah, she goes, "How did you know to avoid?" Because she goes, "Oh, there's kids on there." I said, "Don't worry, I got it down. Here's what we do. Here's how we
Yeah.
do it. We avoid the
Yeah.
families. We do the late dinners. We do dinner at 8 o'clock. We do the late dinner because we avoid all the kids and the sunburn."
Yeah.
And I walked her there, and she was like, "This was the most amazing trip." She goes, "I felt like there was no kids." I go, "There were kids. We just avoided that section of the
Yeah.
boat.
See,
We
I didn't do
avoided
that.
the flow. We avoided the we get off at the we let everybody get off, first, and then we get off. She's like, and then she fell in love with it because I had a system and a way to avoid
Yeah.
the idiots and
Yeah.
and the people, and I'm not calling people kids idiots. I'm just saying
No.
the
Yeah.
people who don't know what they're doing. I guess you
That
say
was
the
me. That
newbies,
was me.
the newbies,
Yeah.
because every time you
Yeah.
get on a
I'm a
boat,
new.
the people are so excited. You see people go, "Oh, they're new. They're going to be hammered by that. We'll never see them for the
Yeah.
next 2 days. They'll be hungover."
Yeah.
And then it's like,
Oh no. I did everything wrong. I really did. Like, I even watched Titanic before I left on the trip. That was bad.
right?
Yeah, it really just there's no right way to do it. I mean, like, yeah. So I should give it another shot, I think, at some point. But
Yeah, you should. I mean,
it
agree.
was the
I
kids. The
encourage
kids
it.
just drove me nuts. Like, the kids, and there's just people that like they're just drinking all day, and they think like, oh, this elevator isn't full enough. I can fit in
Oh
there and
yeah,
bring my
yeah,
my buddies with me. And it's like you're crammed up against this like
yeah,
aquarium for humans, like as it's going up and down. Like,
yeah.
it
Sometimes you
was
just got to be
really.
an asshole. I'm like, nope, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, then like we would order pizzas to the room, like that was a cool thing.
Yeah,
But the thing is, they're delivering them holding the box sideways.
yeah.
It's like, who does that? Like, I mean, we get the pizza and they all fold over itself. It's like, really? Like,
Oh,
do you need to create this part to hold the box? It was just like, I
Yeah,
don't
so
know. It was a
you
bloody
had a
mess.
weird. Yeah, you need to give it another try. You've had a weird experience, but everything's not for everybody. I always say there's
That's
not
true. That's true.
everything's not for
Especially music
everybody.
trivia. The music trivia,
No,
that's where they screwed me. Like, I mean, I really thought they could have redeemed themselves there, and it just turned into another
yeah.
bloody dance
Oh,
party. Not
what
everything
I
needs to be a dance party.
not everything needs to be karaoke either. So that's my opinion. I
No,
don't like karaoke.
no,
I'm not a karaoke person. I hate karaoke with a passion.
no. But I do go in there and I fake it. Like, for like Just a Gigolo by David Lee Roth. Like, I'd go
Oh
in there,
yeah,
I'd kill it. I'd win the T-shirt every time back in the
there you
day.
go.
But or yeah, I think it was Just a Gigolo. That was really, and I
Just a
thought it was
chicken.
funny. Yeah, and it probably was horrible, and they probably were just trying to get rid of me. Here, take the shirt. You won. You won. Everybody, come on, everybody. They're pushing me
Come
out the
on,
door with the
everybody.
T-shirt.
I know
Yeah, so
it's
maybe
it.
karaoke isn't my thing.
Yeah, I'm not a karaoke person at all. I don't like karaoke. I don't know. Every now and then you get somebody in there's good. It's okay. I just don't want to sit there and listen to other people. I don't. That's not my thing.
No,
That's
no,
not
no, I
my
don't blame
thing.
you.
That's
But it's
not.
not is it so much karaoke out there anymore? Now it's like
Oh yeah.
there was a time in my life where all my friends were like suddenly DJs. They had like iPods and they were
Oh yeah.
DJs. And now they're suddenly all realtors. Everyone's like, it's different phases
Yeah.
of life. You become one thing, but
there's a lot of comedians that are DJs. It's funny. It's like if they can't, it's like,
there's a
well, if
lot
I
of
can't book
comedian
a
nights.
gig, I'll
There's
book a
comedy
DJ.
nights. Comedy night took over karaoke night. Now you got amateur comedians up there, super amateur comedians up there, and and you got to drink through that. You have to drink through that. In fact, it's recommended.
Very recommended. It's very
Yeah,
recommended.
that's the new thing too.
Right.
Like everyone's a comedian nowadays. You
I
meet
know.
someone, it's like,
Oh my God, don't get me started. I know everybody.
yeah.
When I stepped into it, I was like, okay, there's not a lot of clean comics out there. I'm gonna do clean. I'm gonna go do, because I was trying to do TV and movie stuff when that came to Georgia. And then, in the last 4 or 5 years, all of a sudden now everybody is a fucking comedian, and I'm like,
Comedian, yeah, it's like it's on your business card.
and then
and
then you see them like, okay, let me see one of your shows. And you're like, okay, no, you're not. No,
yeah,
no, you're not.
I know.
No, you're not.
My nephew is in quotes a comedian now. He was a bartender at a comedy club, and but they gave him time. They gave him time at the end of the night, and so he'll send us the family videos. And it's just like, how do we tell him that he was never the funny one in the family? And he's going up there and just dying. I know, but he doesn't get it. It's kind of like open mic night. It's where you get people going up there. It's like, oh, you're the kid in the family that played guitar, but you don't really play guitar. It's like you just happen to own one. So maybe your family told you were a guitarist just maybe one too many times, and it's the same thing.
It's a weird cycle. What's going through? It's weird.
What's
I
next?
question myself. I don't know. I don't know, but I'm going to stick right here. What I'm doing. I like what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm doing well at it.
Yeah,
I'm making money at it.
That's
so
the
I'm just
tell
gonna
right
stick
there. It's like, are you making money? Or are you doing it
I'm
for
making
free?
money at it.
Yeah.
So, if I wasn't, my wife wouldn't let me do it. So,
Yeah.
so the whole thing
No, you're
about,
good at what you do. I've
you've
seen
got to
so
be,
many.
so the whole starving artist, you've got to be broke as a comedian thing is not true. Okay.
No.
That is just an old thing of something that was back in the day. That is not the new thing, is that there's another way, but I'm not going to tell you that way because it is my way. And I'm going to let
Come on, you got
everybody else.
people in Thailand with their ears to the speaker right now.
No, I need all of y'all to just drop off.
Oh, that's great.
No, but but that's what makes people don't understand. It's business first, but you do have to be funny, and you do have to understand business and be a business person, and that's the difference. Because if you can understand business and how business works, then you can be good in just about anything. If you really put some effort into it and some things. But business is the key thing. It's like what I told my sons is like, you need to learn business first. If nothing else, if you don't go to college for 4 years, go for 2 years, learn business, how business works and functions, profit margin, costs, how to balance all that, how to do all that. And I said, once you learn that kind of stuff, you can pretty much stamp that into anything you want to do.
100%.
But if you don't know how to make money and balance that and negotiate and things like that, cause it like what you're going through in Europe, your costs on certain things, not because of tariffs, but just because of doing business over there and what it's costing you, and I'm sure y'all got products because you've got bottles and you've got all kinds of other parts and pieces that go together, and you got to manage all that stuff into a product that you can sell and make money at, and that's the same thing with comedy. And it's all
comedy, music, all that. Like, I mean, a lot of my business savvy I got from being a musician for years, because everyone wants to be the starving artist. Oh, the lazy people want to be the starving artist. They want them to come to them and like with the contracts and everything. It's like, you got to get out there and make it happen.
You got to
make your own luck.
And nobody's just going to tap you on the shoulder. Yeah, nobody's going to tap you on the shoulder and go, oh, you're the next Chappelle. We're going to give you $100 million. No, it don't work like that, motherfucker.
you only have a limited amount of time on this planet. Like, you don't wait for them to come to you. You got to go to them and you got to know what you're doing. You got to be able to sell yourself. You know what I mean? Like, in a good way, not like a...
Yeah, no. And I say that all the time. It's like, you've got to be able to sell yourself and market yourself. You've got to be able to be marketable and selling. And a lot of people are like, how did you start making money? I was like, I was a sales guy first. I was a business guy first when I came into this. I just brought it all into it with me, figured it out. I figured out, first I had to figure out, am I funny? Then can I write this stuff and be funny and stay good? And then it's like, okay, and then put it all together Like, you know, they're like, "Oh,
package
you're
deal.
getting,"
Yeah.
you know, it's like, "Hey, man, you're getting paid this. I'm not getting paid that." No, I know, because I didn't want to get paid $20 every show. I want
Yeah.
to get paid enough to cover my expenses. So I
Yeah,
started, you know, and
exactly.
so you've got to be able to negotiate and do that kind of stuff. And if people say no, then fine. I'll just
Yeah.
keep on moving and keep on going.
Yeah,
And
that's what
then,
salesman does. Move on to the guy who says yes, because
yeah,
someone's gonna say yes eventually.
somebody's going to say yes
Yeah.
eventually, and somebody's going to pay you what you're asking and what you're
Yeah,
worth,
and what
you
you're
know?
worth. Exactly, exactly. But that's the
So,
difference too, though. I mean, that you can send someone to business school, but there's like 2 types of people. There's people that are meant to be in business for themselves, but there's also people that are meant to work for other people that'll never
right.
get it. It's like
No,
innate,
and I get that, and
innate.
I am not one of those people that work for other people
Yeah,
very well. I don't.
exactly.
It's like my wife says. She goes, and because I go, and she goes, no, she goes, you just don't work well with others or anybody. You just
Yeah, my girlfriend does the same.
you don't work well with others. And I said, I know, because I
Yeah,
know the way I want it. I know what it needs to be done. I
yeah,
know our
yeah, it's
cost.
like,
I
"Oh,
know
you
I'm
wanna
what.
borrow the screwdriver? What do you need it for? Hold on." And I'm in there
Uh,
like, you know,
she's like, no, you just don't work
"I just
well with
wanted to
it.
borrow the screwdriver, man. You didn't need to do it for."
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. But I do very well by myself. I'm very functional.
Yeah,
I make things happen. And people are like, how
yeah,
do you do this? I was like, well, I have a routine. I get up,
yeah,
I work on stuff, I email people, I'm doing stuff, I'm hunting things
yeah,
down. I mean, sometimes you're
yeah,
hunting, sometimes you're negotiating, sometimes
yeah. It's a
there's different,
process.
it's a process and you figure it out.
Yeah,
It's like you don't just sit here, don't do anything, write a few things, and then step on an open mic stage, and then you think you're going to walk off, and
no,
somebody's going to go, "Oh, we need to manage you." No, it doesn't work
yeah,
that way. Very
yeah.
rarely
Not
does it
anymore.
work that.
Yeah, not
Very rarely.
anymore.
It's only happened to one of my friends that I started with, and it was a very unique thing. And he's very good. He's very funny, and it kind of happened to him in that way. But it was weird, and we all got to sit there and watch it and be a part of it, and it's not, and then there's thousands of others, hundreds of other guys that it's not that way, and that's not my path. Even though I'm there with him
Right,
and I've been on the path with
right,
him and I've been on shows with, that is not my path. But my path is
right.
different than his, but it's very successful path. It's been a successful path. His is a little bit more successful in a different way. So every path is
Yeah,
different, but we both, you know, are doing the same thing in different ways.
right.
There's no one way to do, and as we've
No,
learned, to
there's
do
lots of paths.
everything. There's lots
Yeah,
of paths in everything. It's like, oh, you're going to do this and this and this and that. It doesn't work that way anymore.
no,
You've got
there's
to
no
be.
blueprint. There's no blueprint to
There's
success,
never a
really.
blueprint.
Not anymore. Not
Not anymore.
anymore.
No, not
Yeah,
anymore.
the
There's
playing
no
field's been
blueprint.
leveled.
Yes,
You know, it
yes,
really
and
has.
it's more
And
and more
thank God.
level. Yeah, and more, and it's more and more, and that's where the technology and internet and stuff has come into play. Now, the good of that is folks can create their own path quicker, can create their own merchandise quicker, can create things to
Yes,
sell
yeah,
and market themselves, and not have to worry about paying somebody to do all that for them,
yep,
and be able to do it on their own if they're willing to put the time and effort into it. The
exactly.
the negative is that now everybody thinks they can do it, and not everybody can. And that's the
Yeah,
hard part of trying to tell someone, or someone having self-realization, okay, I can't do this. This isn't for me. I'm not doing well at it. I
yeah,
should walk away and do something else. Now, or you can stay it and just do a different avenue of it. That's why there's
yeah,
people who run cameras on set. That's why there's
yeah,
people who build sets. That's why there's
yeah,
people in front of the there are
yeah,
people. I learned real fast. I don't like, I've done 30 TV shows and movies, and I realized I don't like working with the film industry and
yeah,
in the movie and the TV. Even though I like doing it, at times I don't really like it. So I walked away
yeah,
from it. I was like,
yeah.
really, comedy's the one thing I want to do. I'm not
Yeah, you gotta
really
find where
good
you
at
fit.
this. I'm not
Find where
really
you fit.
good at this over here. Even though I love it, I'm not really
Yeah,
good at it over here.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, I totally get it. That's again, that's how it was with design. It's like I loved doing it in the beginning, and I was really good at it, but I didn't like the job with working with other people doing, until I started working for myself
Right,
and doing all the work. Or same thing like being in a rock and roll band. I was a professional musician for years. I ended up going to the studio because I couldn't stand working with 5 other people or 12 other people or whatnot. And it was
right,
like being in a marriage and
right,
with all these other people, and or even hiring a manager for that. It's like if the manager can do a better job than I can promoting the band, he gets the job.
right.
We'd always be firing managers because I could do the job better than because I had more on the line than they did at the end
Right.
of the day. So and
It's
I was
like I
willing
tell
to
people,
work.
it's like, I will outwork you. I promise you. No matter
Yeah,
what you
yeah,
think you're going to bring, I promise you I'm going to work as hard or outwork you. And if I'm
Yeah.
outworking you, I don't see a value for you, then I will sever this and I will walk
Yeah.
away.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I had to tell a guy the other day, because I'm sending off stuff for a conference that's happening, like samples and whatnot.
Mhm.
And he reminded me the other day, one time, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I got it." And I'm working on everything for this. I already was still doing it. And
Right.
he didn't even need to remind me, but he reminded me once. And then yesterday he reminded me again. And I was like, "Okay, we're gonna need to talk." If I
Yeah.
say I'm going to do something, I will do it. Like I know
Right.
there's a lot of people that don't follow through with these things, but know this about me, and I'm not coming down on you at all. But like, if I say I'm going to do something, I am 100% going to do it, and you will have it in time, and yada yada yada. So don't worry about checking up on me,
Right.
because that's how I am. I mean, I will do it
Right.
every time. Yeah, I will not forget. Like it's on my mind. As
Right.
soon as I commit to it, it's done.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. It will get that's like, that's what my wife always says it. She goes, "You get it done." She goes, "You just get it done when you get it done." And she goes, "But then there's time because when she gives me stuff, because then there are times when I grab it and I run like a bull." She's like, "Wait, slow
yeah,
down. I want to." I was like, "Nope,
yeah,
I'm on this
yeah.
path. You can't
Yeah,
turn it
well,
off
that's the thing.
now."
And I think I don't know if you have ADD, but I have ADD. So
Mhm.
if I'm
I do.
on the path, don't get in my way because I'm in it right now. I'm in that zone. If you knock me out of that zone, it's going to be tough to get back on that. So,
Oh,
but when I'm
1,000%.
focused on one thing, I am hyper focused. Like I'm going to kill it.
Yep.
And yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
that's
Like I said, I have the 1985 version. They told me I had it, and I said, "What do I do?" They said, "You figure it out." That is literally how it went down. My dad
yeah,
was like, "You better figure it out. All I care
yeah,
about is that you have A's and B's." And I'm like, "What?"
yeah, yeah. Well, now you're asking too much, but
Yeah.
no, I was never treated for it when I was younger. It was later in life, but we always knew I had it, but
Mhm. Oh
no, even
no,
to
they
this
told
day.
me flat out I had it. Flat
Yeah,
out. They tested
yeah,
me in 19 when they were still trying to figure it out,
yeah,
and they knew how to test. They knew how to okay, you know, if something happens, it's going to distract you, and your mind's going to be somewhere else. Or if
yeah.
something doesn't entertain you, your mind's going to be in five other.
Mhm.
It's like this. I was like in my head, I would be watching the A Team of what I watched last night because my teacher wasn't that, so I'd be zoned out somewhere floating
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I'd be
with the A
skateboarding.
Team
I'd
somewhere.
be in math class, like, thinking about what I'm gonna do on the ramp later on that
Yes.
day. Like, I mean,
Yes.
like, going through the motions, like, it was clear that I was suffering from ADD.
Yes.
Or I
And,
don't even know if suffering,
yes.
but just doing my thing.
Yeah. And so, and then, but and I had to learn how to overcome certain things. And
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know when I'm not doing enough and I know when I'm not doing, whatever, or I'm not fulfilling. And then there's times it's like, I know how to get myself on that track, go, okay, it's go
Yep.
time.
Yep.
And here's what we're going to do. We're going to do it right now. And everybody get the F out of my way because this has got to
Yeah.
happen right now because I want to be done by this time. I want to get this because I got other plans
Yep.
to do other things. And if this
Yep.
doesn't happen, I'm going to lose my shit.
Exactly. It's a superpower. It really is a superpower. When you learn how to control that, it is a superpower. Like it's not a hindrance at all. It's kind of like autism. Like some people with autism, like don't piss off an autistic person. They will
Hmm.
come for your throat. Like I mean, like well, they're also got that hyper focus
Yeah.
sometimes, especially online. So it's all about all these different conditions out there. Is like learning to master them and turn them
Hmm.
into superpowers at the end of the day. And I think it's totally possible.
Yeah. Versus just giving them a pill for something.
Or just using it as an excuse why you didn't do something. It's like no,
That's the problem. That's
no,
what I don't
turn
like.
yeah,
Okay, let's not
yeah,
use it as an excuse. Let's,
yeah.
you know, let's
Turn it into
let's
something.
turn it something positive. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but a lot of people, and that's what pisses me off. Is like, look, you don't understand what I got and what I've been able to do. So let me tell
Yeah.
you, you
Yeah.
figure it out. Or if you can't,
Yeah. Yeah.
then
Like, I don't know
we're
who you've worked with up until this point, but I'm gonna kill it. There'll be leftover when I'm done. Yeah.
exactly, exactly. Well, dude, we've been down here for a little while. I don't know what your day's like, but I got a few things I got to go
Oh,
get
yeah.
done as well. It's been a great time catching up with you.
Oh my god, yeah, it's been an hour and a half.
Yeah, I know, dude. We can blow right through for another hour.
Yeah.
I swear. I don't mean to cut off, but
Oh,
I
no, no,
haven't.
no, no. As we
Anything
talk about
new?
ADD.
Yeah, I know, right? And speaking of, I need to get out of.
Yeah, exactly.
I got to
No, I
switch
gotta get back
tracks.
to what
I
for
got
sure.
to
Awesome.
switch tracks. Let us. What's new out there in the Phoenix shaving world? Anything we need to know? Anything you need to
Um,
like to promote? Let everybody know.
well, we got our seasonals coming up right now for St. Patty's Day. We got tributes to like Irish Springs and Green Irish Tweed and whatnot, stuff like that. People, I recommend people just sign up for our newsletter on our website, phoenixshaving.com, or go to bitchin-newsletter.com and sign up there. But that'll let people know we got some new razors coming up as well, a new design for a safety razor, stuff like that. But I just say check us out at phoenixshaving.com. There's a chat box there. I'm usually the guy behind that, me or my girlfriend, and I can talk shop all day long, as you can probably tell.
Yeah.
And always happy to help lead people down the funnel of male grooming and male grooming products.
There you go. Does one of the new Irish scents smell like stepped on leprechaun? That should be name of one. That should be name of one. I just came up
Tripped over a leprechaun.
Essence of leprechaun.
Yeah, essence of a leprechaun. Oh my God. Not yet, not this year, but yeah, come next year we'll talk. Maybe we'll do a collaboration.
If you're listening to us, whatever you're listening to us, Phoenix Shaving, the link will be down in the description. Just click on it so you can go to phoenixshaving.com, buy all your stuff, buy your samples, or sign up for the newsletter. Check it out. Their stuff's great. I can't say enough about it. I love it. I have it. I buy it. I use it. So get yours today. Sign up for the newsletter. Get to know more about it. Other than that, have fun. Have a good time. We want to thank you for listening. Please download, wherever you are, whether it's Germany, Thailand, Hungary, whatever, Ukraine. We
people
don't care.
Around the world.
People around, because the list is weird. It's weird when I go, people are listening to us in Ukraine. Really? I thought they were fighting. But anyways.
Yeah, they stop. It's like that time during the holidays in World War II or World War I when they stopped and played soccer. Yeah. When the show's on, everything stops.
You should have done better things with your time than listen to that.
Yeah.
Right, show. Appreciate you, Douglas, brother. Hopefully I'll get you back on before 5 years again.
So. 5 years. Yeah. Good Lord.
Before we're in our 60s.
Yeah. Oh God. But we still do that show too. 60.
Yeah, we will do that show.
Awesome. Thanks for having me, Andy.
Yeah, no problem, brother. Anytime. Like I said, we're back now, and so we're going to keep doing this until they tell me I can't. So I don't know. See you.
The way it's going, that could be tomorrow. You get doged.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right on.